Hello guys. In a previous session we have see how to use the code first approach. In this example we will see how to use the data first approach. In the data first approach we are generate the database first, then we are create the models from that exist database. Let's switch to the Visual Studio. I am going to create a new project within the our solution. Right click and add a new project of the type .NET Core, name data first, web application, and OK. Here is our newly created project. First of all, we need to add the packages for the entity framework. For that, open the package manager and paste the install package statement. Entity framework was added. Now add the entity framework dot tools, and now add the SQL server, and now add SQL server dot design that will use to generate the model classes from the exist database design. There are basically two ways for scaffolding the existing database into the our model classes. I'm going to use the SM database that we are created using the code first, but in this session I am going to generate the model from that existing database. The first option is I can use the package manager command, scaffold db context, and paste the connection string and write the database package name, that is Microsoft dot entity framework core dot SQL server, and specify the output directory where the all the models will be generated. I'm going to generate within the models directory which was exist. You can see that it generated the error because I am selected the code first project in which those classes are already exist. I need to select the database first, clear the console, and select the previous command and hit the enter. You can see that it create the author, book, and the tutorial stream context. The context name is automatically picked from the database name, that is a tutorial stream. Let's open the author. You can see that it has the author ID, mail ID, and the name. And open the book, which contain the ID, author ID, description, price, title, and the author. And the context contains the two db set property and the some overridden methods. Let's delete all three and generate it via the second way. For the second way, I am going to close the Visual Studio itself and open the location where we have created the project and open its csproj file. Right click and select the edit with the Notepad or Notepad++ which was available. Within the under item group of the .NET CLI reference, add the reference to the entity framework core tools and save the file, and let's open the our project. Open the package manager console write the .NET EF DB context scaffold and pass the connection string, and I am going to copy the connection string, open the package manager, paste it, and remove the one slash, and also pass the name of the database, that is Microsoft dot entity framework core dot SQL server. To specify the output directory, we need to use the -o and write the name within the single quote, that is models, and press the enter button. It was generated that they not found the .NET EF command because we are run that command at the solution level. However, it was installed the EF command at the project level. However, package manager is now working at the solution level. We need to switch to that project directory. For that, write cd data first and fire the same command. You can see that the author, book, and tutorial stream contexts are generated again. Let's open it. Let's open the home controller and copy the readbook action and paste it within the home controller of the data first. Instead of library context, here we got the tutorial stream context, so we need to include it. Context equal to null, and create a constructor which will take the tutorial stream context as a parameter and set this context to the our private context. And change the action name to the index. Include the missing namespaces. Now we need to add the dependency in the tutorial stream context. Create a constructor that take the db context option of type library tutorials stream context as a parameter and pass it to the base constructor, and open the startup.cs file. Within the configuration service, create a string connection string equal to, and copy the connection string from the app setting and paste it. Write services.add db context of tutorial stream context option such that option dot use SQL server and pass the connection string and semicolon. Rename to the options CO file, and let's debug this project. Here we got the two book details. We are use the data first approach. Let's see what we are learning in this session. Data first approach is used when we already have the database. First of all, we need to setting up the environment for the entity framework. For this, we are install the for packages. Not that the SQL Server.design package is compulsory require when we are performing the data first approach. However, it was not used in the code first approach. To scaffold the database, we can use the two different commands. The first is scaffold db context, which is provided by the package manager, and we can also use the .NET EFDB context scaffold, which is provided by the .NET Core. In both, we need to pass the connection string and database package name that we are using, as well as the output directory where all the models and the context will be stored. Just like the code first approach, within the data first approach, we also need to setting up the dependency. For that, I am creating the string variable and initialize it with the connection string and pass it to the use SQL Server method. In a code first approach, we are retrieve it from the appsettings.js file. Within the home controller, create the instance of the tutorial stream context and set it in the parameter. Copy the read data method from the our code first approach and paste it here. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.